In the foreword to my book, Miracles at Work, Marianne Williamson wrote that knowledge is power, and there's no greater power than spiritual insight because it is the understanding of who we are and where our true power lies. I've spent more than 10 years writing and speaking about career success, an area where power is typically defined by external factors such as job titles, money, and authority. And while there's no question that those are all forms of power, they're not our source of power. In A Course in Miracles, we learn that our true power is not outside of us, but is a changeless energy of perfect love that is in and around all things. Whether you call this love God, universe, or something else, isn't the point. The point is that you actually experience it. And the way you experience this love in your career, as in all areas of your life, is to clear your thinking of all that blocks it, or what the Course calls ego. And while this may sound familiar to you from a spiritual perspective, what's not so familiar is how those lessons that we learn on a spiritual path are not only part of our success at work, but essential to it. As an example, when you choose to embody the presence of love as your career, what you discover is that love doesn't mean running around your office, being naive, being overly affectionate, or having no boundaries. Rather, love is simply bringing your own thinking in alignment with the energy of grace, or what the Course calls taking the journey without distance from the head to the heart. Now, this practice is very important to maintaining your own sense of peace and your own sense of composure, but it's also incredibly helpful in leadership roles because leadership is about influence, and you can't influence anyone who consciously or subconsciously feels your judgment on them. This is also why your most important job, regardless of what your business card says, is a moment-by-moment return to the light in your mind that shines away the darkness of the ego. And when you truly understand how to do this, as Marianne also says in the foreword to Miracles at Work, you don't become less effective in the world, rather the opposite. Your groundedness makes you more effective because you're not working from a place of littleness or getting sucked into someone else's littleness, but rather you're working from your magnitude, which is to say you're working from your much higher self. For more insight on how to bring a practice of spiritual love into your career while also being taken seriously in the world, I hope you'll pick up a copy of my new book, Miracles at Work, Turning Inner Guidance into Outer Influence.